Hello children, today let us continue our class. Razia Sultana. After Iltutmish, Rukn-uddin Firoz Shah ascended the throne. He was incompetent and was a luxury-loving person. His rule soon ended and he was succeeded by his sister Razia Sultana. Razia Sultana was the first woman to ascend Delhi throne. She earned the title Sultana. She participated in military activities by wearing dress as a man. She rode on horses and led her armies personally. When her courtiers rose in revolt, she suppressed them. Razia Sultana was an able administrator and a dispenser of justice, and also a warrior. The provincial officers were envious of her prosperity and were unable to tolerate her rule. They revolted against Razia and killed her. Razia Sultana was succeeded by inefficient rulers. Later on, the influential Turkish noble or the group of 40 raised the youngest son of Iltutmish, Nasiruddin Muhammad, to the throne. Ghiyasuddin Balban. Balban was a slave of Turkish origin. He was a slave of Iltutmish and also a member of Turkish group of Sardars due to his loyalty, intelligence and good qualities. During the rule of Razia Sultana, Balban was appointed to the post of Amir-e-Shikar. After the death of Razia Sultana, there emerged political disorder in the kingdom. Balban, with the support of Turkish Sardars, was able to control it. In 1246, Nasiruddin Muhammad ascended the throne of Delhi Sultanate. He was only 17 years old at that time. So, he left all the administration responsibility in the capable hands of his Prime Minister Balban. Balban was also a trusted or loyal slave of Nasiruddin. Balban took all the major administrative decisions as the representatives of the Sultan Nasiruddin and served the Sultan faithfully. After the death of Nasiruddin in 1246 CE, Balban himself ascended the throne of Delhi and became the Sultan. After becoming the Sultan, he controlled the disobedient Turkish Sardars. He destroyed the Turkish Sardars' evil group who opposed him. He suppressed the Mongolian attacks and established peace and order in the kingdom. He had a strong military force. He enforced many strict regulations and also brought strict discipline in the court. He implemented etiquettes, ಅಂದರೆ ಶಿಷ್ಟಾಚಾರ, and initiated various traditions in his court. He implemented etiquettes and initiated various traditions in his court. He used to wear Persian style of dress. He declared himself as the representative of the god and brought absolute monarchy into practice. With the support of the experienced and trustworthy military generals or military commanders, he rebuilt the army. He took back the land from those who did not pay service tax for the land they had received as jagir or gifts. In order to repel or in order to fight off Mongolian attack, he built a chain of forts along the border of northwestern India and also repaired the old ones. Balban was a successful ruler of the slave dynasty. This efficient administrator Balban was succeeded by his grandson Kaikubad. A Khilji noble named Jalaluddin Khilji, who was his own wazir or minister, killed Kaikubad. After murdering Kaikubad, Jalaluddin Khilji ascended the throne of Delhi. With this, the slave dynasty saw its end. Now, let us study about the Khilji dynasty. Balban successfully suppressed all rebellions and established a strong government. But his successors were incapable of maintaining the empire. This paved the way for the rise of the second sultanate at Delhi, the Khilji dynasty. The Khiljis, who succeeded Balban's family, ruled Delhi between 1290 to 1320 CE. Jalaluddin Khilji was the founder of the Khilji dynasty. He was an old man of 70 years when he ascended the throne. He was a soft-spoken person and also a man of mercy. This was taken as an advantage by his sardars or the lieutenants. They became politically strong and plotted to kill him. Later, Jalaluddin's nephew or son-in-law Alauddin Khilji captured the throne of Delhi and murdered him. Alauddin Khilji grew up under the protection of his uncle Jalaluddin Khilji. He was a good warrior and served as the governor and also as the military general. As a military general or a commander-in-chief, he looted vast wealth by attacking Malwa, Bilsa and Devagiri. After attacking Devagiri in 1296 CE and defeating Raja Ramachandra in the Deccan, he returned with fabulous riches. His uncle Jalaluddin was so pleased with his nephew's achievement. So he went to Allahabad to welcome him. But Alauddin murdered his uncle Jalaluddin, who was his guide and mentor. After this, Alauddin defeated and imprisoned two sons of Sultan Jalaluddin and declared himself the Sultan in 1296 CE. In order to win over the nobles, he distributed the booty or the wealth that he had got in Devagiri among them. In order to prevent the attack of the Mongols, he had a strong wall built along the banks of Sindhu river. He also defeated the Mongols more than once. Next, he defeated the Rajput king Karnadeva II of Waghela dynasty, Miradeva of Ranthambore and Bhima Singh of Chittor. Apart from this, he conquered Malwa, Jalore, Bundi, Mandor and Tonk. He annexed all these conquered regions to his kingdom. Alauddin was not satisfied with these conquests. His ambition was to subdue or conquer the Deccan. So he sent his general Malik Kafur to invade South India. Malik Kafur successfully led the South Indian expeditions. The honor of successful completion of South Indian invasions goes to Malik Kafur. In the south, the Yadavas were ruling from Devagiri, which was later named as Daulatabad. The Kakatiyas were ruling from Orangal or Warangal. The Hoysalas were ruling from Dwarasamudra and the Pandyas from Madurai. All these rulers engaged themselves in mutual squabbles. Malik Kafur defeated all these rulers and became the reason for their destruction. He did not merge these provinces or conquered states into his kingdom, but only looted their wealth. Alauddin ordered the crowning of Malik Kafur as his successor. But the nobles who did not like this killed Malik Kafur soon after Alauddin's death. After this, Alauddin's third son, Qutbuddin Mubarak, ruled for 4 years. But he was not a worthy successor to his father Alauddin. Qutbuddin Mubarak was killed by one of his soldiers, Nasiruddin Khusro. Later, Ghazi Malik or Ghiyazuddin Tughlaq murdered Khusro and established Tughlaq dynasty. Alauddin Khilji's empire was the largest empire in India since the time of King Ashoka the Great. Thank you.